So you just got a used Tesla and you're super excited about it, but it has these glaring chrome trims and it doesn't really match your style. Well, we have a solution for you. Let's get into it. So I'm Desto, the customer experience manager. If you've ever messaged us or had an issue, most likely you have talked to me. And today I want to show you one of our first products we ever came out with and one of our best sellers. I want to go over some common questions that I get in our customer support. Well, I'm going to start with these top trims. And one thing that's great about vinyl is that it is pretty forgiving. There we go. And so if you get a wrinkle, kind of like what I have right here. So what you do, you can heat it and it goes away. Also, if you overstretch it, all you need to do is simply just heat it and it goes back to its original form as well. So that's why vinyl is one of the easiest things to install, in my opinion. So this kit was designed for beginners in mind. It's pre-cut, so you don't have to cut on your car at all. It comes with all the tools that you need, and it comes with a video guide that you can follow along with step by step. So it's really for those customers that have never touched vinyl before, but want to get rid of these chrome trims, but don't want to break the bank while doing it. If you take this to a wrap shop, it could cost upward of $1,000. I know that sounds expensive, but we do have a video that talks about DIY versus pro install when it comes to the Chrome Delete Kit. So if you are curious, you can check that video out. So for the top trim, I like to kind of just align the top and make sure that it's all squeegee down first. And then I move on to the bottom part of it. And then lastly, you'll do the tucking. This vinyl specifically is Avery Dennison, and it lasts upwards of 7 years, depending on how you take care of it. I'm installing satin today, mostly because this is the color of the OEM Tesla trims on Model 3s. On Model S and X, the OEM trims are actually gloss black, and gloss black is a great alternative as well if you want your trims to match your roof. And I'm gonna tuck. There's a rubber seal right here, and so what we're going to do is we're going to tuck the vinyl into the seal, and this keeps it from peeling away, and it lasts a lot longer when you do this. So I'm going to move on to show you the door handles and then the autopilot camera, which the autopilot is actually the product that we have the most issues with. So I'm going to show you all a tip that I found on how to install it. So the door handle is actually the easiest in my opinion. I suggest starting with it first, especially if this is your first time working with vinyl. And with this kit, you get the non-full door handle. So that means it covers the front facing of the chrome. We do have a kit that is the full door handle, and I'll show you what that means here. So this is the front facing vinyl that it covers, but it doesn't cover the chrome on the back end of the handle. If this isn't important to you, then this kit will work fine. If you do want to cover the back, however, we do have a full door handle that you can add on to your kit. And it's simple as just placing it and then tucking it in. It doesn't need a lot of heat, just enough to wrap around the edges. And then you just simply tuck. So my first day working here, our machine actually stopped working, and so they didn't have any work for me to do. So they had me chrome delete one of their cars so that I became familiar with vinyl and understood all the pieces that went into our kits. It's obviously one of my favorite memories of working here. And now 4 years later, I have a pretty good understanding of vinyl, and so I can help you guys out in the chat, so it all worked out. So we'll move on to the fender camera. So the reason why this specific part is so difficult for people is this body curve right here. And so I'm going to show you a way that I found with installing that makes it a little bit easier. Don't worry about this part yet. Align the top part perfectly. Takes a little bit of finesse. But once you have it kind of aligned right to where the chrome edge is, then I go ahead and I squeegee this part down, or just use your finger, whatever works for you. So I like to get that part down. And then the problem that people have is trying to get this corner to right here, because you'll see if you do it like that, then there's little humps right there. So what I suggest is getting your hair dryer or heat gun and heating this part, and then basically stretching it down to all fit, and then smoothing out the wrinkles as you go. So, let's see. As you see, you don't get too close, and then you let it cool down just a little bit. And then I'm gonna align to the corner. So a lot of times when you get right here, you'll see this chrome right here. It's an easy thing of just pulling it back up and trying it again. And this specific one comes with 2 pieces. So if you mess up, you have another one to try it again. So again, like when it comes to vinyl, don't panic if you have an issue. Most things you can do over again. And if you can't, you can just hit me up in our support at testbros.com, and we can send you replacements. Our hardest one is actually going to be the mirror, and I suggest not saving that one for last. Maybe doing it like second or third after you get like a pretty good jive with the vinyl, just because it can be the most frustrating one and you don't want to save that one for the last one. And when I say frustrating, it's not necessarily that hard, it's just there's so many pieces and it takes the longest, and so it does require some patience. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the car, but as you can see, it really does change the look of your car completely overnight. So my main goal here is to just make sure that you feel confident to be able to do this yourself. So I really hope this helped. If it did, then make sure you subscribe. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. And if you wanna share your Chrome Delete experience, leave a comment below, and we'll see you next time.